U.S. Senator Ron Wyden is the first senator to get a look inside of Fukushima's cleanup efforts. He visited the plant a little over a week ago and joins me now. Senator Wyden, thanks so much for being on the program.
Thanks for having me back.
So tell us, what did you see on the ground there at Fukushima? How far along are they in the cleanup efforts, and what concerns you the most?
They obviously have a long, long way to go. When you go in there, you see hundreds of tons of debris. You have huge trucks, storage tankers thrown about like they were my twins, my 4-year-old twins' toys. And it's very clear that there are substantial health questions that have to be addressed now. I'm particularly concerned about Unit 4. There are these 6 reactors. If, for example, you had an earthquake or a tsunami hit those particular pools, those pools could rupture. That could mean that the fuel rods could catch fire, melt down, and you'd have radiation in the air that would be a huge challenge to control.
And Senator, the Japanese are a very proud people. They've often been reluctant to accept outside help in the past. Are they willing to accept international help in just storing these dangerous fuel rods, or have they been keeping it amongst themselves?
Well, I want to commend them, first of all, for allowing me to make the trip. I sit on the Senate Energy Committee. I've made it clear I didn't think there was enough information getting out about the cleanup. This has huge implications for nuclear power both there and around the world. I do think that their regulators, and frankly, their regulators, to their credit, will tell you that they are not as strong as our regulators here, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. I do think that this is something that has to be addressed quickly. The utility company, what's called TEPCO, has a 10-year plan for essentially moving the spent fuel rods to dry cast, to dry storage. That, in my view, must be sped up, because if another earthquake or a tsunami hits, it could be very, very damaging, possibly more radiation than earlier.
And Akio, why are you so concerned with nuclear power? You said after Fukushima, you've begun to learn so much more about nuclear power. What have you learned?
Well, Chris, I'm a layman of nuclear issue, but I have fortunate the top nuclear scientists. Now, Hans-Peter Duhl, Dr. Gordon Edward, or from your country, Annie Gunderson. They're top of top. They immediately call me Akio. This is a serious issue than people think. And I ask everybody, what is the worst case scenario of this Fukushima? Quite a number of people. Scientists told me, Akio, their concern is reactor number 4, which I didn't understand. What do you mean by that? Then, now I understood fully. The spent fuel pool of reactor number 4, the second floor, there are 1,535 spent fuel rod in the pool. And if another earthquake comes and the building collapses or leak of water drain, then that produces several times of radiation, cesium-137 than Chernobyl accident.
So there were 4 reactor units at Fukushima that were damaged from the March 11th earthquake, and the first 3 melted down, but the 4th did not, because it was empty, except it had these rods, the spent fuel pool, sitting above the reactor on the 2nd floor. So these scientists are saying that that is the most pressing issue, correct?
Exactly. Fortunate or not, number 1, number 2, number 3 reactor melted and happened within a pressure vessel and a containment vessel. But this reactor number 4, all spent fuel rod in the pool, not within containment vessel or pressure vessel. So, in the sky, in the ground, if that collapses, people said to me, more than 50 years might take to contain radiation. So during 50 years, radiation continue on.